Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're unpacking something really fascinating, maybe even a bit unexpected. We're talking about the Arizona Supreme Court's new initiative involving, well, artificial intelligence. We've got a set of materials here, different sources detailing this development. And our mission really is to dig into these sources and figure out what exactly is happening, why they're doing it, and, what it all means.
That's right. And what we're seeing here is this intersection of tech, law, and how institutions talk to the public. It looks like the court is really trying to shake up how it communicates using AI to do it.
Okay, so let's dive right in. The core news, the headline from this material. Starting in 2025, the Arizona Supreme Court is launching this AI thing.
Yeah, and the specific job for this AI, based on what we're reading,
Yeah.
is official court news reporters. And they're not shy about it in the descriptions. Words like groundbreaking,
Yeah.
pioneering.
Oh.
They even say it revolutionizes legal communication.
Wow, okay. That's strong language.
It is.
So let's unpack that. Why would a state Supreme Court turn to AI for news reporting? What are the reasons given in the material?
Well, the sources lay out a few main goals. First one is wider audience reach. They specifically mention targeting younger people, using social media, places where that demographic hangs out.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And another big piece is enhancing understanding. They want the public to actually get a better handle on court rulings and maybe civics in general. I mean, think about it. How often is legal language just dense, impossible to follow?
All the time.
Right. So this seems like an attempt to, bridge that gap. And the third point is transparency. They argue this kind of innovation pushes accessibility, which in turn means more judicial transparency.
It definitely flags that communication challenge courts face. Okay, but one of the most maybe surprising bits here, these AI reporters aren't just code. They have identities, names. We've got Victoria and Daniel. So Victoria, the material describes her as an AI-generated female avatar, custom-built for the court, designed to deliver news professionally.
And Daniel is the male counterpart, also an AI avatar. His focus seems to be more on delivering the decisions themselves, specifically in video format. And like Victoria, developed just for this official reporting job. It's interesting they've created these distinct personas, isn't it?
It really is. Giving them names feels like a significant step. But, okay, how does it actually work functionally? The material gives some specifics here.
Yeah, it does. So first, they stress it's custom developed. Like this isn't some off-the-shelf AI you can just buy. It's built specifically for the court, and they say it's not commercially available. That suggests, tight control.
Right. Proprietary tech.
Exactly. And second, this is key, the scripts, the words Victoria and Daniel say, they come directly from official court statements. That's the source of the info. They're very clear on that.
So the AI isn't writing the news itself.
No, it seems like it's presenting the official text.
Yeah.
And then third, they push these reports out everywhere. Court websites, social media channels, maximizing that reach we mentioned earlier.
Okay. Now, looking at another part of the material, these main goals pop up again, maybe phrased a little differently. What's the court ultimately hoping to achieve here? What are the big objectives listed?
They reinforce the earlier points, really. They list public education, specifically tackling that civics knowledge gap people talk about, then enhanced accessibility, making official info easier to find and use, and simplified communication. Basically, translating the complex legal stuff into something, easier for everyone to understand.
And that ties right back to the why from before, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Wider reach, better understanding. If you simplify the message and put it where younger people are, that seems like the direct route.
Yeah, it feels like they're hitting the same core idea from different angles. It's all about connecting better with the public, making sure people understand what the court actually does.
Okay, but with AI, there's always the elephant in the room, misinformation, deepfakes, misuse. The material actually addresses how the court plans to handle this, and this part is really interesting. What safeguards are they talking about?
Right. They outline several layers. First, there's custom protection for the avatars themselves. It mentions proprietary tech designed to block unauthorized use. So trying to stop people from making fake videos of Victoria or Daniel saying things they didn't.
Okay, preventing external misuse.
Exactly. Then there's content control. This seems crucial. Only court-approved messages go in. So, strict oversight. They control the input to ensure it's accurate and authentic court information.
Makes sense. Control the source.
And finally, ongoing monitoring. They talk about continuous fact-checking protocols, real-time verification, basically keeping an eye on things to maintain public trust. What's striking is that dual focus. Lock down the tech from outside interference and rigorously control the information going in.
Okay, that covers the how and the why and the what ifs. But what about the so whats? How has the public actually reacted so far? According to these sources, anyway, it sounds like mixed feelings.
Yeah, that's definitely the vibe we get from the material. On one hand, there's praise for the innovation, people recognizing the court for,
Mm.
trying something new with technology.
Sure. The novelty factor.
Right. And that's led to a lot of media coverage highlighting how unusual this is. But the material also explicitly mentions skepticism. It doesn't go deep into why people are skeptical, just acknowledges that concerns exist about using AI for official communication.
Okay, so some pushback or questions.
Yeah. But then on the other side, they also report increased engagement, higher interaction rates on their website and social media since the announcement.
Interesting. So more attention overall.
It seems so. If you pull back, the picture is, well, it's complicated.
Yeah.
Some excitement, some apprehension, but definitely more eyes on the court's digital presence.
So looking forward,
Hmm.
what's next for this? Does the material give any clues about the future path?
It suggests this isn't just a launch it and forget it project. They plan to evaluate its effectiveness, specifically looking at public trust and those engagement numbers over time. Are people buying in? Is it working?
Data-driven approach.
Seems like it. There's also mention of potential educational expansion, maybe using this tech for broader legal education, not just reporting specific rulings.
Interesting possibility.
And finally, they acknowledge it's new territory, so continuous adaptation. The plan is apparently to evolve the initiative based on public feedback and, of course, how the technology itself changes. Seems like they know it's a learning process.
Okay, so let's wrap up this deep dive. We've looked at the Arizona Supreme Court's really quite pioneering move, using these AI avatars, Victorian and Daniel, as official court news reporters. We unpack the why, reaching more people, especially younger ones, boosting understanding, being more transparent.
Yeah, and we saw how those goals connect to their focus on public education, accessibility, making complex things simple.
We dug into the mechanics, how it's custom built, relies purely on official statements, and gets pushed out on multiple platforms.
And crucially, those safeguards against misinformation, the tech protection, the tight content control, the ongoing monitoring.
And then the public reaction, which, as the sources show, is a mix right now. Praise, some skepticism, but definitely increased engagement.
Right. So as we finish up, here's maybe a final thought, something to chew on based on all this. Think about what the success or maybe the struggles of this Arizona initiative could mean down the road. Could we see AI avatars delivering official news from, say, City Hall or state agencies, federal departments even? What does it imply for how we get and how we trust official information in the future? Something to ponder.